Welcome to Today in Parliament. I'm Tina Jha. First up, the top stories. Bill seeking to criminalize practice of instant triple talaq in Rajya Sabha's agenda today. Bill has provision for 3 years imprisonment. Discussion under Rule 193 in Lok Sabha on the issue relating to Rafale jet deal. K.C. Venugopal and Shankar Prasad Datta to raise the issue. Discussion under the same rule on natural calamities in the lower house. And short duration discussion on issue of farmers' distress in Rajya Sabha. Ram Gopal Yadav and Derek O'Brien among 9 members to raise discussion on agrarian crisis in the country. Well, 5 more sittings are left in the ongoing winter session of Parliament, and both houses are slated to take up important legislative agenda. In the Rajya Sabha, the crucial Muslim Women Protection of Rights on Marriage Bill 2018 is listed. 2 bills related to education sector reforms, namely the National Council for Teacher Education Amendment Bill 2018 and the Right of Children to Free and Compulsory Education Amendment Bill 2018, are listed in today's business. In the Lok Sabha, the Aadhaar and Other Laws Amendment Bill 2018 is slated to be introduced. Apart from this, Companies Amendment Bill 2018, the New Delhi International Arbitration Centre Bill 2018 and the National Medical Commission Bill 2017 are also listed. The Upper House is slated to take up the Muslim Women Protection of Rights on Marriage Bill 2018, popularly known as the Triple Talaq Bill. The bill seeks to protect the rights of married Muslim women and prohibit divorce by pronouncing talaq by their husbands. The bill seeks to criminalize the practice of instant divorce and provides for a 3-year jail term for those found guilty of following the practice. There is also a provision for fine. The bill has already been passed by the Lok Sabha. And a short duration discussion is slated in the Rajya Sabha today on the issue of farmers' distress. Ram Gopal Yadav, Derek O'Brien, Y.S. Chaudhary, Prasanna Acharya, Pratap Keshari Dev, Sarojini Hembram, Vijay Pal Singh Tomar, Harnath Singh Yadav and V. Muralidharan will raise a discussion on the farmers' distress and agrarian crisis in the country. And in the Lok Sabha today, a discussion under Rule 193 is slated on the issue relating to the Rafale deal. K.C. Venugopal and Shankar Prasad Datta are slated to raise the issue. The issue has held up proceedings in the lower house several times during the ongoing session. And in the Lok Sabha, a discussion under Rule 193 is also slated today on natural calamities in various parts of the country, particularly in Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Odisha, with special reference to cyclones Gaja and Titli. Bhartrihari Mahtab and Dr. P. Venugopal are slated to initiate the discussion. And for more on the updates from Parliament, we're being joined by our correspondent Kriti Mishra from inside the Parliament premises. Kriti, good morning. The government is ready for a discussion on the Triple Talaq Bill today. In fact, it pressed for a discussion on Monday as well. But the opposition is adamant on the bill being referred to the Select Committee. Why is it so? Why does the opposition does not want a discussion and is pressing for the bill to be sent to the Select Committee?
Well, Tina, the discussion on the anti-triple talaq bill could not be taken up on Monday because the opposition has pressed that the bill be sent to the Select Committee. The opposition says that it is not against this bill, but asserts that this bill requires further scrutiny by the select panel of the Parliament. The government, remember, has said that the opposition is trying to scuttle the passage of this bill at the cost of justice to Muslim women. The government has made 3 pertinent points. 1, that this bill is not aimed at victimizing any particular community. 2nd, that this bill is for justice and equality of Muslim women. And thirdly, on the criminal clause, the government has clarified that there are other offences in the civil realm where this argument is not given, that what would happen to the family of the culprit if the person is imprisoned. Remember, the government has tried to get all the opposition parties on board for the passage of this crucial bill. The Supreme Court had struck down the practice of instant triple talaq in August 2017, declaring it unconstitutional and against the fundamental rights of Muslim women. The Supreme Court had also asked the government to come up with a law to govern marriage and divorce in the Muslim community. Remember, the government had promulgated ordinance. Now, the ordinance has a life of 6 months, but when the session convenes, the ordinance has to be replaced by a bill which is passed by both houses of parliament within 6 weeks. Now, if that lapses, the government again has a choice of promulgating or re-promulgating the ordinance, but the government is trying to get all the political parties on board to ensure that this bill sees the light of day in the Rajya Sabha. Tina?
All right, Kriti, thank you so much for joining us with those details. All eyes will be on the Rajya Sabha today. Moving on, HRD Minister Prakash Javadekar is also slated to move the National Council for Teacher Education Amendment Bill 2018 in the Rajya Sabha. The bill seeks to further amend the National Council for Teacher Education Act 1993. The bill has already been passed by the Lok Sabha. And HRD Minister Prakash Javadekar is slated to move the Right of Children to Free and Compulsory Education Amendment Bill 2018 in the Upper House. The bill seeks to further amend the Right of Children to Free and Compulsory Education Act of 2009. It has been passed by the Lok Sabha. And in the legislative agenda in the Lok Sabha today is the introduction of the Aadhaar and Other Laws Amendment Bill 2018. Law Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad will move the bill to amend the Aadhaar Targeted Delivery of Financial and Other Subsidies, Benefits and Services Act 2016 and the Indian Telegraph Act of 1885, as well as the Prevention of Money Laundering Act 2002. And in the legislative agenda in the lower house today, Health Minister JP Nadda will move the National Medical Commission Bill 2017. Finance Minister Arun Jaitley will move the Companies Amendment Bill 2018. The bill seeks to further amend the Companies Act 2013. Law Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad will move the New Delhi International Arbitration Centre Bill 2018. The following ministers will lay papers on the table in the Rajya Sabha today. Rajnath Singh for the Ministry of Home Affairs, Dharmendra Pradhan for the Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas, Santosh Kumar Gangwar for the Ministry of Labour and Employment, Giriraj Singh for the Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises, Hansraj Gangaram Ahir for the Ministry of Home Affairs, Kiren Rijiju also for the Ministry of Home Affairs, Sadhvi Niranjan Jyoti for the Ministry of Food Processing Industries, Jayant Sinha for the Ministry of Civil Aviation, Ajay Tamta for the Ministry of Textiles, and C.R. Chaudhary for the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. The following questions will be raised in the Rajya Sabha, for which ministers concerned will give oral replies. T. Subbarami Reddy will ask the Minister of Home Affairs whether the government has investigated the grenade attack on a religious congregation in Punjab recently, killing 3 people and injuring more than a dozen. G.C. Chandrasekhar will ask the Minister of Labour and Employment whether the government is aware that majority of the BD workers are suffering from multiple illnesses due to continuous exposure to tobacco and other hazardous substances. Surendra Singh Nagar will ask the Minister of Home Affairs whether red corner notice by Interpol and international warrants have been issued by German authorities against Indians for alleged frauds committed by Indians in Germany. Saroj Pandey will ask the Minister of Civil Aviation the details of new sectors in which private and public sector service providers have been given permission by the central government to provide air services in order to promote air travel since 2014 till now. K.K. Ragesh will ask the Minister of Home Affairs whether the memorandum for special package for Kerala submitted by the Chief Minister of the state for post-disaster flood recovery, reconstruction and rebuilding of the damaged infrastructure and stimulating the broader economy is under consideration. And that's it from us in this bulletin. Do stay tuned for the live Rajya Sabha proceedings.